You guys. Oh, it's one of those days. Okay. All right. I was distracted because I dunked my headphones in my water as I lowered my boom arm. So, we're having a day, but that's fine. I should be nice and warmed up and ready to draw. Let's hope. Why does Skuttz keep close? Oh. Is it worth fucking with that? Uh-oh. I don't know. If my eyes look like they're closed all the time, I'm sorry. My webcam's too high. Vibing to the music. Oh, no. Yeah. The DMCA free music. I'm so sorry. I wish I could share better jams with you guys. We're gonna take a deep breath. It's been a day. I was supposed to stream. I was ready. I had everything ready, and I hit start stream, and in those 5 minutes, everything fell apart. I was good to go. I had my go lives, I had my post good, and then I elbow dropped my water in the kitchen while I was grabbing some tea. So, you know, I had to mop up my kitchen, so it's fine. My counters are clean, they sparkle. My tea had time to cool down, and I washed my headphones as I dunked them gently into my water. What little water is left because I dumped the rest on the counter. I managed to dunk it in the bottom like 1.5 inches of water. It's a day. It's fine though, because you know what? I think I only need 1 brain cell to draw. It's the only brain cell I have left. That's the art gremlin one. You cackled when you saw the Bailey video. Yeah, you know, hey, crocodiles, alligators, basically mermaids. Change my mind. All right. Oh, son of a bitch. All right, that's fine. I try to make content for you guys, and this is what happens. I have a little phone holder thing I use to record. I guess it's a tablet holder. Anyways, it's a bendy straw that holds my phone is what it is. And I, like, you know how you have your phone mounted on the dash in the car? Like, that's how I have my phone set up on my drawing setup. Like, I have the little phone bent, and it's usually where I have, like, my ref photo or whatever. Or at least I can, like, easily see if somebody's texted me, so I can reply if it's my mom. So I can be like, I love you, Mom, I'm drawing butts. And she's like, good job, kid. You're doing good. If there's one thing I can say, it's that my mom knows what I draw, and she's still proud of me, because I'm doing something I love. So, yeah. So, Mom, you're a unicorn now, because I said so fucking deal with it, okay? That's how the internet works. Sorry. Oh, shit. You know, just gotta blow off a little steam being a little rascal, you know? Just gotta blow off a little steam being a little rascal. Yeah, I actually really want to fix my... Oh. Wait a second. I used it so I could see the back of my head when I cut my hair. It's covered in hair. Not covered, not just... Whoop! Don't fight my microphone. You're best friends. Alright, cool. I am applying the phone mount. Maybe. Maybe I'm just struggling. We'll see. Oh god. Alright. Slightly more struggling than intended, but we're going. That's good. Perfect. That's right. Ooh. S-K-U-T-T-Z. What? Oh no. I bet I can do. Oh no. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Alright. I can't process that fully right now, but. Hey, is my music coming through the right source? I don't think so. Fuck. There's so much scuff! Alright. Buffing the scuff. Cool. We haven't even touched the tablet pen yet, so you know, that's what that little timer's for. That's what that little timer's for. It's fine. Once I focus in, it's all over. The Kobold's done for. It's gonna have all the fingies. Alright. So I have my phone mounted. I have my phone mounted. I have mounted my phone. I am finding my ref. Alright, I took 2 of them. That one. Or that one. Oh no, my nails are so long. They work for the Kobold claws. The profile on that one's better. I just have claws IRL. Oh my god. Alright, no, so for real, I've been enjoying painting my nails again for the first time in a couple of years. It's something when I just need a minute. It's a good way for me to decompress, and it's not work, it's not drawing, it's something I enjoy. And well, it is work because I like having them in the videos looking nice. When I record the doodles and stuff for the shorts. And I have a few other things in the. It's hard to talk about stuff before it's done because it's gonna take so long for stuff to be done at the rate I can work on side projects that it's really hard to hype stuff. But long story short, I'm passionate about shiny claws, okay? And so of course YouTube algorithm, it's like, hey, you like nails? How about this nail channel? How about this nail stuff? And like I used to watch Christine from Hollow Taco all the time. Hollow Taco was just I liked painting my nails. I just didn't have the time. All right, hang on. I need water. That was tea. Whatever. So anyways, fucking nail polish and claws. I am trying to find my ref photo. Got it. All right, we're multitasking, and I'm slowly putting it all together. So, anyways, my whole point, the tangent I'm trying to get to, is that YouTube's now feeding me nail channels and nail art stuff and shit like that, and it's crazy to see how long some people's nails are, and I'm like, oh wow, my nails are so long that like maybe I should just record when I do my nails and stuff. I'm not going to be able to start doing the stuff I want to in that regard until I get my backlog finished, but doing shorts and like traditional art is gonna be fun with sparkly claws. And just fucking everything always flaked off really fast, so it didn't matter if I spent time making my nails look nice. And honestly, yeah, I tried painting my nails with a different brand again because I was like, oh, this color is fun. One hand is intact and the other hand is half destroyed, and I have to repaint it if I want to record anything, which is fine. But it's like, oh fuck. the difference between painting my nails once and having it last like 10 days is pretty fucking crazy. So it actually has brought it to the point where I feel like it's worth painting my nails again, because I do have really long nail beds, and so I'm like, yeah, I got claws, yes. And like fucking A. I forgot what I'm trying to say. Oh God. Oh, so like the whole thing that a lot of nail artists do, like the reason that their nails are so long is because sometimes they do acrylics, but you can usually tell. Acrylics add a lot of bulk, I feel like. But there's apparently a new thing called builder gel that I've never heard of, and it's like you just build onto the length more so than the thickness of the nail. So you like lay a piece of paper or like this little thing, like it's like got measurement scales and stuff on it. It's really interesting looking. And you paint the UV resin cure stuff on your nails, and then you cure it and you file it and shape it like it were your nails. So it's like a nail extension, essentially, as far as I can understand. And I'm like looking at my nails and I'm like, fucking what? But then again, it makes sense because people have always been like, oh, I like your nails. I'm like, oh, thanks. And then they're like looking and they're like, oh shit, those are your natural nails. I'm like, yes. They're like, I thought they were acrylics. I'm like, no. They're like, your nails are long. And I'm like, yes. I stabbed myself in the corner of my eye too much. Because I think that's the difference between acrylics. They're thick. My natural nails are not thick, so they have like a very sharp edge. And so I just end up like accidentally scratching myself, and I'm like, no! Go to scratch my nose and I just shank myself in the fucking tear duct. I'm like, that was not intended. Ooh, there was a crazy nail trend a while back. I don't think I could ever do it. I would end up like ripping off my fucking nail or something. But doing like the cat claw type ones where they put that, I think it's like the same kind of gel, because it's a little bit stronger than just like the polished gel. So I think that's what they use to like build up the form. I don't know. I'm not a nail tech. I just like painting. And so they do like these big like cat claw raptor-y looking things. I'm like, ooh, that's so cool. I don't think I could ever actually try to do that though. So what I did do, I think it's actually up on Instagram. Yeah, it's on my Instagram. I didn't, because when I painted them, I felt like I ruined them. Anyways, I made little foam fingertips that look like raptor claws. And they're for a cosplay. But I have not finished. And when I painted them, I don't know, I thought they just looked stupid. So we'll have to see. Maybe if I have like body gloves or something, if I have gloves the same color, then I feel like it ruins like the finger. I don't know. But then if I have to go to the bathroom, I can just take a glove off versus taking off 10. Good point, Skuttz. We're gonna glue it on a glove. Just for technical. I don't want to have to put those all back on. It looks really cool, and there's little knuckle pieces and stuff. Yeah. I made myself like foam nail extensions. That's up my alley. Wait. They make glue for press-on nails, right? Can I make raptor claws on the nails and then glue those on? They wouldn't stay. The gears are turning. I'm going to make this work. I want claws. Oh my goodness. Ooh. I found spiders and I don't know what they are. And then I had to stop looking at them because my chicken was like, what are you looking at? And I'm like, no, run. And the spiders were like, they ran. I was like, jeez, I was trying to identify them. I wasn't trying to get them chicken murdered. Like, jeez. But they were little small black spiders, and I don't know what they were. And they looked like they had some kind of, it looked like they had like a stone or like a gravelly shaped butt, but now I'm not sure if it's an egg sac. They might have all had egg sacs. They might have been wolf spiders. I don't know. And the pictures of wolf spiders didn't look like that. And what are they? And I couldn't look at them any closer because my chicken was going to eat them, and then I wouldn't have a spider to check out. And they live in the dandelions. I'm like, huh. And they're either wolf spiders. Well, okay, this is the two identification. My unprofessional professional hobbyist opinion. They're either wolf spiders carrying egg sacs, or they're mouse spiders. And I really got excited thinking that they were mouse spiders, which is why I was like, really, I'll have to go back out and get a better look. But essentially, it's cute because a couple of years ago at one of my last apartments, the risk of a spider on the ceiling is really, it's not worth falling over, you know? And so I was like, spider on the ceiling. But I had someone else who was able to get it down. So we had the spider in a cup. And I was like, oh, I can actually like look at it. I'm like, are you a good guy? Are you a bad guy? Like, what kind of spider are you? And I was really curious because it looked really soft and almost kind of fuzzy. Like, I was like, oh, like, I don't want to touch it, but that's so cute. And so I was curious, and I searched, you know, like gray spider that was like silky or fuzzy, and it came up with the mouse spider. Is this supposed to look more like mech or more like armor? Oh no. No. I've been doing it in the wrong brush. Oh no, I did that in the wrong brush? Wait, what? No, I am doing... Oh, so close. I am using the wrong brush. I have a line art brush. That explains why some of it's not. Oh god, do I leave it alone? I will go around the outside so it's thick like the rest, but then I will leave the rest alone. I'm gonna start a new layer, so if I fuck anything else up. Alright. Anyways, yeah. So I'm trying to figure out what kind of spiders I got in my yard without getting my chicken to eat them. Oh, right. That's what I was saying. So the first spider I think I ever, the first spider that made me curious, like, hey, what are you? Because it was like distinctly different, being fuzzy. And it was the female mouse spider. And I was like, oh. Actually, the other day, I found a male. He was crawling across my floor, and I'm like, you're different. You're not a common house spider. You're not a giant house spider. What are you? And I wanted to make sure I knew what kind of spider he was. It's like collecting Pokemon now, okay? You know? And so... the fun of trying to figure out what spider it is. It's almost like a puzzle, maybe, trying to identify them, being like, yes, this fits, yes, this fits, no, this doesn't, no, okay, no, that doesn't quite. Like trying to figure out the difference from the common house spider with some of the other ones. Like they're very, very small differences, but some of them you can tell. Like the false widow is similar in like body structure to a black widow. They're in kind of the same family, but the coloration on it's completely different, and it has banding on the legs. And so like this is how I know I've completely changed in the last year, because I used to freak out when spiders were fucking spiders were around. But it was like the middle of the night. I didn't have my glasses on. I went to go to the bathroom, and I came back, and there was something on the floor, and I couldn't see, and I knew it was a fucking spider. Like, you know, random spot on the floor. It's only a few things. And so I went and I just got like 2 inches from it. I was like, what are you? I'm just like, oh my god. Wait, what? Is this? Oh shit, this is directional? Oh, what? Do I want that? I feel like that's why I'm having trouble getting lined with the right size then. Wait, what? Fuck. What brush was I using? Maybe it was that one. No? Because that was a brush stroke. Yeah, it was that one. Yeah. Yeah, that's the right one. Alright. We'll figure it out. I got this. Dude, false widows are really cool. They can lift like 50 times their own body weight. Like, not like physically lift it themselves, but the way they build their webs, they will, if they catch, they kind of have like a little sticky trap with weaker webs. So if something walks onto the super sticky webs, the weak ones underneath break and it pulls them up. Like one of the little like ankle grabbing rope traps, you know? And it's essentially, it works basically like that, where it suspends them and then the spider will bite it and will lift it up by attaching a like a stretchy piece of web, and then it will move and lay the web at full tension. So as it adds more webs, the tension adds up and builds, and it ends up being able to lift lift a gecko. Like this tiny ass spider like lifts a gecko. I'm like, what the fuck? There's a series called These Are the Spiders in Your House, and it's super great. Like if you're curious about, that's where I get a lot of my information from, besides a mix of other channels and reading up stuff that I find on the web when I'm trying to identify them. But he's really great at explaining, and I don't know. It's definitely alleviated a lot of my phobia around arachnids. The arachnophobia, if you will. Because, like, they won't bite you. Oh, God. Okay, so, I have a dustpan outside for my chicken. I scoop up hay and stuff. And so I was out trying to scoop up some of the stray straw and everything this last weekend, and it's why I missed stream yesterday. I went a little too hard Tuesday. But I was trying to sweep up some straw, and I picked up the dust pan, and I was I was just doing my thing. I was scooping it up, I was dumping it, scooping it up, dumping it. And then I was like, oh yeah, this has been sitting here for a minute. Oh God, I hope there aren't any spiders in the handle. And I flip it over, and there's a spider in the handle, in the little concave area. And I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And he's just like, and I can see him like curled up in a ball. Not like dead ball, but like anxiety ball, like scrunched. And I'm just like, oh geez. And I'm like, I hope he didn't bite me. And I'm like, well, I didn't feel anything. I feel like if maybe I'd stuck my fingers inside the like concave area where he was chilling, he might have like done it out of defense. But with just like my palm over it, I was like, well, I guess I'll see if I get bit. Like that's, I was doing that for a minute, and no, I never had any bites or anything on my hands or my palms. So like, spider didn't bite, and I'm like, aw. I scared the shit out of him. I shook his house around a whole bunch, and he was just sitting there like, oh my fucking God. I'm like, me too, bro, me too. It's okay though. I set him back down. I might shoo him out next time though, just so I don't accidentally harass him again. Probably wasn't fun. It didn't startle me. Like once upon a time, I feel like I would have just thrown the dustpan. I absolutely would have like screamed and thrown the dustpan. Like it was not subtle if I saw a spider. You could be in a different part of the house and you'd be like, oh, Skuttz saw a spider. Be like, oh, like what's wrong? Spider. Not anymore. Now I'm like, ooh, what kind of spider are you? So I have a little mouse spider I need to name. And I keep seeing the yellow sack spider. He was in my room again. And then he was in my kitchen. And then I saw him in the crevice between my living room and my kitchen. So he's around. He's kind of, I don't know why, he's got like dopey looking leggies. He's kind of one of my favorites. They're just like almost a little too long in the front. And his little peats, it looks like he's got like little black tips on his feet. And I don't know, they're cute. Like I see him and I immediately can identify him across the room because their coloration's so different. I'm like, oh, it's a little guy. I don't know what to name him. Or, counterpoint, we don't name the spiders because this is what happened the last time I named one. Oh no. Oh. Do you guys ever go to other people's houses and be like, oh, you've got a little spider who chills there or anything? Like, I don't know. Like outdoor spider. Like, I don't know. Sometimes people leave them indoors, but usually it's, it's something somebody is like, okay, maybe no, can you scuttle on? No spider buddies today. But I have a friend who in their kitchen, they had a spider that's like on the outside, so you can see him from the inside of the kitchen. But it's because he's made a web on the outside, And I was like, oh, cool. I have a little window into his home. Super cool of me, I know. So I peeked in and I'm like, oh, look, he's got little balls on his face. It's a guy. And I'm like, oh, he's a little dude and he's living in the kitchen window outside. And my friend was like, oh, well, you know, don't be sad if the cats get him. I'm like, he's gonna be fine. The cats can't get him. He's outside. And it was just like, I was like, okay, I'm gonna name him. And I told my friend, I was like, okay, I'm gonna name the spider in your window. And they're like, okay. I'm like, do you want me to let you know when I find out what his name is? And they're like, yes, please. I would like to know. And so I thought about it, and I thought about it, and I thought about it. And it was just like, Brendan. I couldn't get over it. Brendan. The spider's name was Brendan. And so after like a month, like 2 months maybe, I come back over. I'm indecisive sometimes, okay? And I come back over and I'm like, all right, I have decided on your spider's name. Would you like to know? And they were like, yes. I'm like, his name is Brendan. And they're like, nice. Okay, I can see that. Then the very next time I went over, after I told them about Brendan, I checked in on Brendan. Was getting some coffee, and I was like, how are you, buddy? And all of a sudden there's 2 Brendans. I'm like, oh no, what's going on here? And there was one deceased Brendan. Good news, bad news. That was the bad news. He no longer is alive, very briefly after naming him. Good news, I think it was his waifu that was in the he was the last meal. So successful in life. He's probably passed along his DNA and is gonna be a father to many spider children that will ultimately be a game of numbers down to the last couple that survive to adulthood. It's crazy. I used to be freaked out by how many spiders there are in an egg sac until you realize that most of them die by cannibalism because they can't really eat anything else that small. And yeah, I'm like, oh shit. And then they grow up and they just want to build a web and live a peaceful life. And it all makes sense now. When your childhood is like out competing your siblings for yourselves as a food source, I suppose, I'd be like, can I just build my web and eat my fucking flies, man? Like, I earned living my life. I'm like, you know what? Yes, you have. I actually have an orb weaver out in my yard, and I'm so scared my chicken's gonna eat him. And if she does, you know, such is life. I won't intervene. But every time she walks over, and the spider is like 3 inches above her head, I'm like, she can jump that high. I've seen her jump that high to eat stuff. Stay safe, little spider. I don't know, maybe I would save him. He built his web out of the way. I like the fact that they eat mosquitoes and bugs and flies and everything that are you know, like they're good little guys. They do lots for the environment, and it's been really interesting trying to get over my phobia of spiders. I don't think I've even been trying to. I've just had a genuine curiosity, and it's led to learning a lot of stuff that's just made me be like, oh, they really don't want to bite me. It takes a lot of effort to make more it takes a lot of effort to make more venom, and they look at me and they're not stupid. They at least know that I'm not going to make good food. They bite if they need to survive. The cheese test. You guys, if you're curious about spiders, should definitely check out that channel. I'm at the point where I've watched all his videos and I'm just waiting for him to make more. Like, please educate me about spiders further. I need to know about my fourth dimensional overlords. I need 8 limbs to deal with all the kobolds in my life. Look at that. I fucking zoned out talking about spiders. Boom! Line art, 2 legs. Let's go. I am in the zone. What else would you like to know about spiders? Oh, let me stretch. Oh. All right. I love how I'm putting off tackling the hands, but that's fine. What else is new? And the hands are future Skuttz' problem. Oh, all right. Hang on. My old office chair I used to be able to pop my back on, and I can't pop my back on this one without tipping over. We learned that lesson live on stream. I don't want to do it again. The fear, it resides in me anytime I lean back just a little bit too far thinking about it. But, I just want to go pop my back real quick. All right. It's a good stretch. Oh, I just hit my funny bone. Give me... Give me a second. Who won the race? What happened? Why am I frozen? Skuttz? What you break? Wait, why'd I break? Let's try deactivate when not showing. Oh god, that makes everything worse. Wait, what? Wait. It... Wait. Oh, it got worse, but that means it's better. Ah. Yes. Face? Yeah, alright, cool. Fuck. We had VC face crash there. That's alright. I fixed it, though. I fixed it. Bootsy said, how long is their typical lifespan? Depend on type. I've only looked up a few of them. You have a huge spider on your front porch, been there for a few years, and you wonder if it's the same spider. Honestly, probably. If it's a big one. I do know that the giant house spider, which is related to the barn spider? And they both make the funnily webs. Brendan might have been a barn spider instead. They're very closely related. They look super similar. One prefers indoors and one prefers outdoors is the main breakdown. So if you throw an indoor one outside, it'll die. Sad face. But when they get that large, I want to say it said they can live for 5 to 7 years for the giant house spider. And some of the other ones I've seen have been like 3 to 5 year spans, which I think is pretty interesting. And honestly, I feel like they remember me. Ooh, which hand direction? See, I drew that one and I have to redraw the arm. That one doesn't look like it's gonna feel right. It's gonna point the sword blade into the ground and that one gives it more drag. Fuck. Alright. Yeah, that's the one. That's why we take pictures. The way I was gonna try to draw it's gonna look super awkward, but if I draw it the other way around, it'll be more natural, as if they're holding the long sword. I just have my guitar. I used my guitar. I held my guitar by the neck and I took a picture, and I was like, that looks weird. That doesn't look like a long sword. I mean, it wasn't gonna look like a long sword at all because it's my guitar, but it doesn't look like I was holding something like I was going to hit it properly, like it was a sword. So I had to hold my guitar like it was a sword and then pretend I was gonna hit something, and then I took a picture. And that is what I'm using for a reference. That's the life of an artist, folks. Are you feeling it now? The things I do for references. One time I took a reference photo. It was for a commission. And then when I stood up, I hit my head on the doorknob. I was like, oh. Did I just get hurt on the job? How did you hurt yourself as a freelance artist again? Well, I was taking a ref photo and then I got in a sword fight with a doorknob. With my face. Alright. Oh. Giant Skuttz. Giant Skuttz. Giant house spider. No wonder I like the giant house spider. Lifespan. It looks like it's from a reasonable source. I really don't like the AI breakdowns, man. I'm like, I don't think you really know what's going on here. So it looks like they can live for up to 6 years. So like 5 to 7 years sounds like the same number, but they averaged it. If I can math correctly. I don't think I'm necessarily wrong. I think it's pulling up a different result is what I'm saying. It's the same thing-ish. One just gave a range versus this one giving like an up to. So 7's like it's like people live up to 100 years. Like, not everybody's living to 100 years. But humans can. So, I think the giant house spiders can live up to 7 years. But it seems like, yeah, the males can often be wandering around the house during the late summer and early autumn looking for a mate. While the females, only leaves the nest to feed. That's a big picture of a spider. I'm only slightly uncomfortable. I'm not really pleased when I pick up something and there's a spider on it. Oh no. Okay, alright. So I've got my phone open because I've got the reference photo for the hands I'm about ready to work on, right? It says Sid Meier's Civilization 5 from your Steam wishlist is now available. I'm just like, no. There's a handful of games I don't play unless I stream them now because, well, actually, I don't play The Sims anymore because superstitions. Anyways, death came for my Sims and then my cat died and I was like, I can't play this game anymore. It's a harbinger of doom. I can only bring myself to open it to, I can only bring myself to open it to build backgrounds to trace over for art if I need it. We should go do that again, because, oh my god, I need to make I should make a video about that, because it was really, really helpful. I did a date night commission, and I struggle a lot with the furniture looking like it's correct. It's something where if you don't get the planes of the chair in the right spot and the plane of the table in the right spot, things feel uncanny very quickly. And as far as background images and referencing stuff, it's like perfectly fine to screenshot something like that and use it for a reference so you have perspective. And I don't trace stuff and do a one-for-one. I traced the planes of the chair and the planes of the table, and then I drew my own details on top of it to make it my own thing. But you can use it for the placement of like walls and where stuff is. And I'm gonna make a little set design for Skuttz, so she has a bedroom or an art studio to sort of sit and talk to everyone in, instead of whatever the fuck this is. Sit beneath the roaring waterfall with me, like the guy and the kid in... Oh god, what was it? The monsters that responded to sound. A Quiet Place. Yes. We can go to the Quiet Place. Yes, this is where we can talk and no one will get eaten. So anyways, I just want some better shit going on. And I feel like I can design things that don't look crazy, uncanny. It's really difficult. There was another commission a while back I did where I really struggled with the placement of the room. And it almost ruined the commission for me because I'm like, I love this otherwise, but like I wanted to draw just it was a guy leaning against a desk, and there's a bookshelf in the background, and I could not get the background to look right. And so it took me a minute, and I drew like a floor plan and this whole intricate thing trying to work out a background in in another file, and then I dropped that in the background of the other one, and I finally had something workable. But I was trying to crunch out two full body commissions in a week, a week each, so it was 2 weeks for both of them, and I was like, crunch time, let's go. I think I had to extend the deadline by a little bit, and it was all right, but it was a lot of had to go fast. Let's see. That one was really fun though. I liked how both of them came out, and it was one of those things where I really had pushed kind of painting one of the first times. I'd like really pushed myself trying to do it as a commission. And I was just really happy with how it came out. They were actually like token art for Magic the Gathering tokens. So they were actually printed out and handed out and stuff. And I was like, that's so cool. That's the part that I love the most about art, is like knowing that like, oh yeah, somebody printed that out. They took it to conventions and they like handed it out to fans, and they're like, hey, can you sign this? And so it's like people wanted them to autograph it and stuff. And it's neat to know that I was able to participate in that and provide the art for that, you know. I'd like to keep pushing my painting skills. I'm trying here and there. It's mostly about having time. And oh no, oh no, oh no, oh. Okay, so I can't fucking stand when I have migraines or sick days, right? I've had a couple of bad days the last 2 weeks. So when I can't do anything physically, I am going to fucking explode. And I just needed a distraction and needed something to do. So I learned how to add audio into Clip Studio Paint last time, and I had a friend help me rearrange furniture. This is where I don't, like, I missed stream yesterday because I got sick, and I really try not to. But sometimes shit just happens. Like, somebody helped me rearrange furniture. They're like, hey, is it okay if I cook food? I'm like, yeah, just put the pans over there so I know, like, which ones were used. And I washed them 3 times, and I still got sick because I made macaroni, which, like, probably got literally anything that was residual on the pan soaked into my food. So I did not have a good day yesterday, which is why we are streaming today instead. And like, now I just know I need to get pan just in case somebody comes over and they want to cook a food that I cannot have. My food allergy is literally bad enough that I can't share dishes with my roommate, and I can't let friends use my cookware. So it was my bad for telling them that they could use it, but, like, honest to God, like, and all things art fucking related, that they washed it once and I washed it like 3 times and I still got sick. So it's something where no matter how much I try to avoid stuff, that, like, it still will take me down sometimes. So that sucked. I wanted to draw today. I mean, I wanted to draw yesterday, but, you know, it's fine because I get to still draw today, and like, that works out that I can just kind of do stuff as I need. So yeah, I appreciate. And I missed last week because, you know, it's like, if I'm not in a good state to stream, it's really difficult to get online. I feel like if I'm not in a good mood for streaming, it's either I need to turn my microphone off and just draw, which offers some form of content, but it's really difficult on YouTube. Twitch, I can have a bit more of an option for music, but YouTube makes it really difficult. So drawing without sound kind of becomes meh. And it's like, yeah, you could plug and play your own music, I suppose, but I probably should have had the music off for here. I also don't know how loud the music is. That probably ruined a bunch of my rants for shorts. Sorry, Atlas, dear editor. Please, I have realized my sins. Fuck. I hate that things have to be thought about that way as well. I'm sorry, the music has to go entirely. It's supposed to be on the pause screens, so that when I go BRB, there's still sound. So that when I come back, I don't jump scare ya. Hey. Anyways. Fuck. So many spider rants are just gonna have generic background DMCA free music. I just want to use that for my video intros now. That's my jingle. That's my jingle. I'm so over everything today, you guys. Oh, shit. All right. Let's draw these stupid hands. I have to redraw. No, let's draw the tail first. And then we draw the hands. We're almost there, though. Oh, my goodness. All right. Sorry. I haven't been on for a minute. I had to take a few days off just to, like, keep the balance, you know? And then, I don't know. It's why it's why I finally let myself just take a minute when I needed the time off, you know? Because without getting into too much, I feel like I dealt with a lot of medical gaslighting. And a lot of my issues were blamed on being lazy or anxious. And so it's very easy for me to be like, oh, well, I don't want to stream today because I'm just being lazy. While I'm basically dealing with PMDD, which is not super fun. I was really kind of touched when all the stuff, like, I try to stay out of drama and crap, but when the Cinder crap happened with all the VTuber stuff, it came up on my dash in a weird way. Pinpoint neuro. We'll come back to that. But essentially, one of the people involved was basically talking about how they deal with PMDD, and like all this on top of that is kind of super crappy, and that like dealing with it already kind of makes things difficult. And I really felt that because there's days where I really want to work and I love what I do. And I'm literally beating myself up. I'm like, why aren't you streaming? Like, you should be streaming already. And I'm like, I know. I got, distracted or sidetracked. And like, my inner voice is just so mean. And it's just for like that couple of days. And today it's like, oh, yep, I got a little distracted. I wanted to go out in the sun and hang out with my chicken. I got some vitamin D, you know, doctor recommended. Yeah, sunshine. And, that's good. I'm glad I went out in the sun. It's fine. It took me a little bit longer to get online, but we're here. We're doing good work, and I'm fine. Like, that's generally how I handle stuff. If it takes me a minute to get there, it's okay. As long as I do it, it's all right. I know I trust myself. I want to do the thing. In those days, I just kind of self-destruct. And so when I try to work and I feel like that, it just kind of turns into a little spiral of the more I'm not working, the more upset I am. And of course, I'm not going to be able to work if I'm upset, like that. Like when you run through the logic, you're like, yeah. And so I gave myself those days off this weekend, and it was really nice. And I had a friend over and we rearranged my living room, and I went through the last bit of stuff I had to declutter. And so it's not like I was lazy. It's not like I didn't do anything. I actively did stuff in my real life that I needed to handle. And it's part of what was making me feel depressed, is because I was looking at my living room and I'm like, ugh, it still looks like this. And it's like, yeah, because I've been working really hard. April, I had to pay my taxes, and then I had to pay rent and all my bills. I was running hot like Carlac, and I was gonna burn out. So it was fine to just take a minute and breathe. And I'm glad I did, because now I'm like, give me the fucking kobolds. Let me draw, let me add it, let me go. And trusting myself that, yeah, I fucking like work. I like my job. The fact that most people don't like their job is really unfortunate, and I really feel that for a lot of people. It's something that I resonate with, because I used to work a job that was soul-sucking, and I felt no affinity for whatsoever. It was just how I paid my goddamn bills, and it wasn't something that was rewarding. It didn't make me happy. And I found my joy in other things outside of my job. But the fact that I get to do what I love for my work, it's so cool. Like, I don't make enough to have like a lavish living. I barely pay my fucking bills with my art. Like, I'm a struggle. I'm on the struggle bus. Join me. But, it's like, I can't blame my problems on not liking my job. That's bullshit. And that mentality has really helped a lot, just because I'm like, is the problem that I hate my job? No. I like drawing stuff. Yes. This is not the problem. And when I've started to think that way and accommodate that, it's helped a lot, because actually taking those days off, instead of being like, oh gosh, I guess I have to draw today, like dragging my feet. I'm just like, oh God, I had to take care of some stuff, but I'm like, let me at it. I fucking got so far so fast on the line art on this last time. Let me go. This thing has been in the works for a while. There's actually a few other parts to it. So once I finish this armor, it's not the end. There's even more. And so I'm just like, yeah, let me at it. Let's go. Scrappy Doo. No, I hate Scrappy Doo. Don't sound like him. No. Oh my God, that was the best part of the Scooby-Doo movie, where they made him. If you haven't seen it, like, God damn it, they released it in the 90s. This is your spoiler alert. The lag in my brain right now. But anyways, the fact that they made Scrappy Doo the villain, I just fucking lost it. I'm like, that's... I loved Scooby, and Scrappy Doo just made me want to crawl out of my skin. I'm like, please let me compress you into a little hole and go... No. Oh my gosh. The Hanna-Barbera. The urge to say barbarian was... There was a whole fight right there. You heard it out loud to not say Hanna-Barbarian. God damn it. But I grew up on a lot of those Cartoon Network animations and like old Scooby-Doo and stuff like that. And so it's one of the things that inspires me to want to animate. All right, I don't want to do the hands. I don't. And those lines do look very... Let's reinforce them. Some happy little... What do you call the armor on the thighs? How do I not know what armor piece protects the meatiest piece of the waifu? I mean, that's a way to describe it. Oh. You can't Google. You can't Google that. Quiz? What? The tacit? I don't trust anything I Google anymore. Quiz? I don't speak French. I don't know. That's one I never actually learned. The word is the plural of the French word cuisse, meaning thigh, while the skirt of the male, or tassets of a cuirass, would protect the upper legs from above. What? Is that the inner thigh or the outer thigh? I need diagrams. All right, I've got questions. Oh, wait, no, we have a diagram. No, that's not the right. Yeah, tacit. The tacit? The tacit. I need to make the lines on the tacit thicker. I don't care about learning about people anatomy and muscle anatomy. Let me learn about the arbor anatomy. What's the part of the sword called? Oh my god. What's the thigh armor called? That's what matters. Triceps, biceps. You can't see any of them when they're covered by metal. You put them under the pauldrons. All right. How are we? We have actually a good bit done. Holy shit. Yes! I'm so sorry. Chat is like dead as fuck and I've just been rambling. The internal monologue of a spider-obsessed unicorn drawing a kobold. Oh, Brendan! Dude, Brendan, I named him, and I told my friend I named him, and the next time I went over, he was dead. I can't tell you guys how upset I am that I spent like 2 months waffling on the name of a spider. I finally settled, and he had sex and died. Like, what? I'm like, go. Good job, bro. But also, I just made a decision. Do you know how hard that was? It's been a damn good vibe to listen to. My impassioned rant about the life of spiders that nobody needs to know about but me. I'm gonna find out what the little guys outside are. My brain calls them pebble butts because their butts look like little gray pebbles with little shiny black spiders. So they could be egg sacs or they're mouse spiders, but I'm not gonna catch one. I don't know how close I can get. And my camera, I swear, morphs shit that's not there. It's like, we won't go down the AI spiral. Oh, we'll rant about neuro, though. All right, give me 1 second. I need to drink some water so I could talk about, an AI. Oh my god. Also, firstly, does anyone know about Neurosama? Neurosan? Wait, is it Neurosama? I think so. It is. It would be. I think I found one of the first ethical uses of AI art. Or the first ethical definition of. I don't know. Anyways, I need to drink some water. So I have the moisture to explain what the fuck. Boop. All right, there we go. All right. I have to work this one out. I should not toggle layers on. There could be boobs. Oh my god. Alright. It's fine. This one isn't spicy. I just like, okay, real talk. When drawing the human form, the nipples are great identifiers for placement and angle. And so having to like replace them with crosshairs, just to be like Twitch appropriate is wild. Give me my locating beacons. I don't give a fuck today. I had a migraine yesterday. I get to be online today. I'm sorry. Gremlin Unleashed. When I first started streaming on Twitch, there was an orb weaver spider, and it built its home above my kitchen sink. I'm going to regale you with tales of Steve with 2 E's. He just kind of moved in one day, and I was like, well, shit, there's a fucking spider in my kitchen now. This was the same place with the mouse spider that I got curious about. I guess it was a spider-rich environment. Not as spider-rich as my current abode. But I stray from the point. So the spider just kind of like set up shop one day. And I'm kind of chill with orb weavers, because for the most part, if they make a web somewhere, they kind of choose to stay in that spot. They're like, this is a great food source. I'm good. And if I know that that's where they are, like the one in the yard that my chicken, I'm like, please don't eat him. He's good. He's out of the way. We're fine. Don't eat that one. I will actually probably, if she looks at him, I would save him. I would scoop him and put him on the bush. Not physically scoop him. I would break his web and lift him up. But he'd be pissed, but he'd be alive, and maybe he would know it. I don't know. Actually, I haven't stared at that one close enough to see if it has balls on its face or not. New quest unlocked. Is chicken bait boy or girl? I don't know. I'm having fun. Spiders are very interesting creatures. So anyways, Steve, I started streaming on Twitch because I fucked my ankle up, and so I was playing Subnautica. I was like, all right, what are the things I think I was just like, like, if he's gonna chill there, what am I gonna name him? So I asked my Twitch chat to name him. They suggested Steve, and Steve won the poll. So Steve he became. And Steve was my spider, and he lived in my kitchen. It was pretty fine for a little bit, and I don't know why, but like I would wake up in the morning, I make coffee, and while my coffee's brewing, I do my dishes, right? And Steve would drop down from the area above the sink while I was doing dishes, and he would drop in front of my face, and I'd be like, ah, and he would splay his legs out, and he's like, ah, and so we're both startled, and I'm like, what, why, Steve, why, like, I'm doing the dishes right now, and so anyways, I think he was going down to get water, and I was fine with Steve. He was fine. Steve was good. I think Nittany named Steve, if I remember correctly. And it was like, I went camping and I came back and he was there. And one day I went camping and I came back and Steve was gone. And I was like, oh no, Steve. And I worry that there was like no water for him because I was gone and it was in the summer. So it was hot. And so Steve was no more. And I always wondered, I'm like, maybe he moved, maybe he just left. And when we were moving out and I was cleaning everything, so they didn't charge me $300 for not dusting off the ball sack from the mantle. They they seriously charged me one time because I didn't dust my ceiling fan. Everything else was detailed and cleaned, and they were like, you didn't dust the ceiling fan, $300, cha-ching! And I'm like, you can't let me dust it? And they're like, no, we're already doing the inspection. And I'm like, it'll take me 5 minutes. And they're like, $300 more. And I'm like, you guys are barons. What is going on here? So while I was wiping off my ceiling fans and dusting the top of my kitchen cabinets, I found the body of Steve. He was no more. So if I ever have a kitchen spider again, I'm gonna leave him out clean water when I leave, so he does not die. I cannot tell you how devastated I was. He was a pet spider. I was upset. Poor Steve. I know. I did him dirty. Dirty dishes. No. It was either dirty dishwater or no water. I can't decide. I can't remember. I usually, if I know I'm not, like, I don't like stuff growing crap in the sink, so I will make sure anything's clean before I'm gone for a period of time. I don't just throw the Tupperware away when you come back, man. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what happened. I didn't want a scuzzy sink, so I got no Steve. I didn't know I needed to leave my spider water. But in hindsight, I feel incredibly bad because he used to jump scare me while I was washing the dishes to go get water. So, yeah. Also, maybe he died before I went camping because he just drank a healthy dose of Dawn soap. I don't know. I don't think that's good for spiders. It's wild that I cared. I'm like, where'd you go, buddy? Alright, let's see. I would like to redraw the hand here. I really, maybe I shouldn't name more spiders. This is a really bad track record. Anyways, who wants to name the yellow sac spider? You missed your porch spider's web during the summer. Why? Was it sparkly? So I have, I think they're polarized lenses. The, spider webs are super rainbowy in polarized lenses. So I opened my front door and I was like, oh my God, it's beautiful. There were strands of rainbows everywhere. And then I was like, oh God, those are spider webs. Beautiful, beautiful, horrifying spider webs. Little prisms of sticky terror. If they're... Dude, the false widows, the fact that they can lift something up with... Not only that, but they live in like a frame. Like they make themselves a house. It's not just the web, but the web itself is like based on a foundation that are like anchor points for the main bits of the web, right? Hang on. I have to drink water. We're talking about the spiders. There we go. Oh no, I got too excited about spiders and I forgot what I was talking about. Bootsy says it comes out in drinks. Oh yeah. Like, if you, yeah. So when I was a kid, there used to be spiders that lived out front of my house, and, we named him Nightmare Fred. His name wasn't just Fred. His name was Nightmare Fred because he was like a 2.5 or 3 inch spider. It might have been a female. I wish I knew back then to look for the balls on the face. I would have known. Anyways, nightmare friend. And I would catch ants and drop it in his web. Oh my god, now I don't... How did he get so big? Sprinkles food and water in the web. Jeez, this is the biggest spider I've ever seen. Continues to feed it. Wow. Sorry. Things are clearer in hindsight, you know? You know? Have you guys seen Scavenger's Reign on Netflix? If you do, you'll understand where the connection from me feeding the spider goes. If not, oh my god, I'm mad that show only has one season. The art is cool, the story is wild, and I have to wait for a friend to watch the last 2 episodes, and I'm chomping at my bit. 'Cause I'm a horse, get it? Sorry, that was... I'm a horse girl, fuck off! Get it? Literally, that's where the pun comes from, right? Right? Chomping at the bit, horses. Okay. Oh, that's what it looks like when I facepalm. Ready? Facepalm. And facepalm. So when you see Skuttz do this, you know what that means. Facepalm. Jesus! Ah! I had food, I had water, I've been pent up for like a week, and I feel like I haven't been able to make art. So I'm sorry I'm being weird. I'm not sorry I'm being weird. This is what you come to the stream for. I am unhinged. The hinges have been undone. Alright. Which way? Which way, which way, which way? Oh my god. This is breaking my brain. It goes... No? Wait. 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 This way? Alright, I have to remove the line art. And I'm gonna go ahead and erase part of this. Alright, what the fuck is going on here? Alright. I've rotated the wrong way this way. Can I rotate the one on my phone? How about that? Yes. Yes. All right, cool. Crop and zoom, please. All right. All right. Oh my gosh, you guys, the fucking next thing I need to set up is like a stable light source. I have one more bit in my living room to go, and then I can focus on my office. I just have to get the communal space in a reasonable order, you know? Wait, why did I erase that? That's my baseline. All I want is to erase the middle part so I stop throwing myself off. And this, because that's no longer relevant. All right, cool. You know, this whole stream has made me rethink my life. Maybe I shouldn't be a unicorn. Maybe I should be a spider. Maybe I should have 8 leggies. Oh, there was a factoid the little Animal Planet fact I was gonna tell. What was it? What was the last spider thing I was talking about? The fact that the false widows move in to old webs and they'll reuse like the foundation essentially. I was gonna tell you something super handy. This is the best spider fact ever, okay? I have learned this. If you are tired of a spider where you're like opening your front door and there's that orb weaver again, he's built his web right in front of your face and you're just like, please, or you're walking down your front stairs and there's that guy and he's built his web again, you're like, why? And you don't want a spider in your face when you're leaving for work, right? And you just waft your hands around and bat the web out of the way, right? As I bat my microphone, pee, 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 pee. A mermaid spider. Hang on, revisit the thought. What was I? Focus, spider fact. So if you're tired of them being in your way at an inconvenient spot and you're constantly cotton candying their web to get out of your way, try going for the base points. Like, don't just wipe the middle of the web out. If you go for the anchor points where they're established, orb weavers also reuse the same anchor points. That's why they rebuild in the same spot no matter how many times you knock the web down. So, if you want to really piss them off and encourage them to go to a different spot, it helps to move the spider, but also it helps to like remove the foundation points that they keep building their web from. So, yeah, that's my useful spider fact for all the other stuff you've listened to. There's your tangible bit of information. If you've walked away with nothing else this stream, learn. That's one way to encourage them to live somewhere else, is scoot along. Just knock the foundation down instead of just clearing out the middle of the web. Also, mermaid spider. What, do you have a bunch of leggies? Do you have more than one tail? Would it just be a crab? Would it just be a crab? I don't think my VTuber can capture my expression on the face right now. This is just that meme where the brain is like, whoa. Leggies that go into face. I think it's a crustacean. Lobster. Lobsters? Wait. No. I'll say lobsters are crustaceans and they're fish, but shrimps is bugs, so is lobsters spiders? I'm struggling so hard with the logic lines here. If shrimps is bugs, is lobsters spiders? Evolved to crab. Crabs, weasel, and beetles are what things to tend towards evolutionarily. Yeah, if Cathrill's anything to go by. Beetles for sure. That was a Magic the Gathering joke because he's a graveyard deck, and the more things I put in the graveyard, the more evolved my commander comes out. He's my bug. Honestly, little side tangent for Magic the Gathering. Like, it can get really overcomplicated with all the different fucking card mechanics and all the other things you can do and how to, like, optimize how to play a deck. 100%, if you're trying to get other people into playing Magic and Commander specifically, Cathrill is fucking amazing. Cathrill the ass warper. No! Don't say it! I said it! Cathrill the aspect warper! The ass warper is when I press Control Transform on the line art of the booty of the kobold. Anyways, now that I made that failure publicly, Cathril the Aspect Warper. All he cares about is the keywords of what's in your graveyard. So if you have a new player, you're trying to get into the game and they're really overwhelmed, it doesn't matter what you do. You put something out on the field, good job. You have a blocker. If it dies, oh no, wait, no, oh no. It's food for Cathril. He's got a keyword. So you have blockers, you have fucking chump blocks, you got, like, it's fine. Oh no, I didn't get any land and my hand's over fucking filled. Oh, what's that? You have Zatalpa? Fucking discard that son of a bitch into your graveyard. You're gonna fucking get a handful of land, play your commander, and then all of a sudden you win the game. Like, it's like, he's not perfect, but he does not take the brain cells that some commander decks do. And I think that it can be really off-putting and overwhelming to some new players. And so, anyways, random side tangent about evolving into Beetle. Best Beetle is Cathril. Yeah. I seriously, I have somebody be like, what do I do? What should I do with this? I don't know what to do. And I'm like, nothing you do is the wrong thing. They're like, what? I'm like, yeah. You can put it on the field, and if I try to attack, you just block my guy. But it makes me not want to attack you, because now if I attack you, I'm going to put those keywords in your graveyard, and I don't want that. And they're like, what? And I'm like, anything you put on the field is a deterrent. He's good. He's a good little guy. He takes no brain cells. Anyways, and he still wins. I've had a few people, like, be like, I'm like, yeah, I haven't really had the interest in tuning my deck. So it's still kind of the same thing I built originally. I maybe put 1 or 2 cards in it and replace them. But like, it's basically, I think it's the same since 2021, back like Kaladesh. Oh God. Yeah, we're talking pandemic era is the last time I did really too much to my decks besides adding like 1 or 2 things. So the fact that Cathril can still win despite being not... Where's my tablet pen? I'm rambling. I'm stalling. The fact that Cathril can win without being further tuned, I'm just like, this is pretty good. There's a lot of redundancy in the keywords. So no matter what you do, again... things in the graveyard. Your one weakness, not gonna lie, Bojuka Bog, you're kind of fucked. The redundancy is the only backup. But aside from a Bojuka Bog, and if somebody's gonna play Bojuka Bog and you've got a brand new player and they're playing Cathril and you're not a new player, I think that's kind of a dick move. I don't know. Like, unless somebody's got, like, I would Bojuka Bog myself. I'd be like, Cathril shall rise again. I know how to feed my graveyard. But if it was a complete newbie, I'd be like, what the fuck did you Bojuka Bog for? Especially if it was only that deck that it fucked with. If there was a bigger threat, I was a new player and someone was like, I'm sorry, this is gonna fuck you over. And I'm like, what? They're like, but I need to fuck him over more. Please understand. And then they Bojuka Bogged. And I'm like, oh. Because the other player was gonna pull something out of their thing and win the game. So by blowing up the graveyard, we just prolonged everyone's death. And then I won. So he apologized for letting me win the game. Anyways, Magic is wild. I'm trying to remember what game I was playing. But somebody had a game night and, they were trying to, oh God, what was it? I don't even know the fucking game. I showed up because I just needed to be around people and not be a little sad sack. And so I was like, I just want to sit in the corner and draw. And they were like, okay. And somebody else is like, oop, work called me in, goodbye, and they're like, oh no, we lost a player. Hey, Skuttz. And I'm like, what? And they're like, you're gonna play this game. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to. And they were like, but we're gonna be let down if you don't. And I'm like, but, okay, what am I doing? And they're like, you're gonna be Hawkeye. And I'm like, okay, Hawkeye is probably one of my favorite Avengers, so sure. They're like, what? I'm like, dude, in Age of Ultron, when everybody's like doing their thing and trying, he's the only one who fucking gets it. Up until that point, I'm like, what the fuck is with Hawkeye? Like, everyone's got superpowers, they're shooting lasers, they've got fucking like over the top shit. And this is some stupid guy with a bow and arrow, and he's just fucking shooting bow and arrows at shit. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, what's your deal? And in Age of Ultron, he literally fucking acknowledges that. He's like, I'm just some guy shooting arrows at shit, doing my best, man. Fucking suck it up and let's go. We're all the world has. And like, I'm like, dude, he gets it. And ever since then, Hawkeye has been my favorite. You'd play Magic if it was a slot machine. I mean, kind of. I have a card. Wait, don't trace over the hand. That hand's bad. Don't do it. Don't. Arms. So there's a card we literally call the slot machine because I played during the pandemic. So I had a pod that we played with where it was the household I was in plus one person who was from another household that didn't have any other contact besides ours. So the person in our household who still had to go to work at that time was the main like point of contact. So we were basically, it was just us playing Magic all the time. And so there's a card. Oh God, can I remember? It's got a big cat on it. Adaptive. Shit. It's not adaptive automation. That's a different card entirely. Anyways, I draw the top 7 cards and I get to put a creature card like on the battlefield and one in my hand and shit, right? Theoretically, because you can put one thing with each keyword in the graveyard, I believe. Yeah, so you pick one thing with one keyword and you get to keep it. And then each different keyword you can put in the graveyard. So you can just fucking stack up the keywords real fast and like get the commander super beefy, super fast. But the joke was that for the fact that you get to draw 7 cards, I would draw land, instant, sorcery, like anything but a creature. And if I did draw a creature, I would draw the same 2 creatures that had the same keywords. And so every time that I would draw this card, we would start chanting. And they would just start chanting land. Because for some reason, every time I flipped over 7 cards, like 4 of them were land or more. But the first time I did it, it was like 6 lands in one instant. And then every time I've done it since, it's been almost like no actual cards to work with. So anyways, now when that card comes up for Cathril, I just play it for the memes. And I'm like, land, right? Except when I had a friend over and I was trying to teach them how to play Magic. And I'm like, hey, you should play Cathril because he's amazing. Mr. Bugbug here. They're like, oh, but I don't remember how to play. And I'm like, can you read the words on the card? And they're like, yeah, but... And I'm like, do you know about the graveyard interactions and keywords? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, you can play Cathril. It's not complicated. And they're like, okay. And we look at it and they're like, okay. So my friend decided, like, he was gonna play. My other friend had Goblin deck. So we had Cathril, I have my Unicorn deck, and then we have We have my bug we have and the new person's playing, right? And so this selective adaptation is the name of the fucking card, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I'm gonna check now. Fuck. Anyways, so they draw the card and I'm like, go ahead and play it. They're like, yeah. And I'm like, I mean, it might not get you anything, but you know, it's fun. Like, you might draw a bunch of land, but as long as you have enough land to play stuff, it's fine. And so they played it and they just milled a bunch of like actual keywords. And yep, selective adaptation. Yep, with a panther on it. Yep. Reveal the top 7 cards of your library. Choose from them, among them, flying a card with first strike and so on for blah, blah, blah. Put them in the graveyard. Yep. Put one of the cards into the battlefield, one into your hand, and one into the graveyard. So for me to get the chance to put a card that I want onto the battlefield, a card that I want into my hand, and the rest in my graveyard, but only if they're creatures. Like, for me to turn over 7 cards that are instants, sorceries, or lands is fucking hilarious, because anything that does is awesome. And every time I use it, it's just a complete fucking biff. And it's funny. At this point, I do it for the meme. And anyways, new player did it, and they actually drew like a bunch of awesome shit and did really well. And I was like, yeah! I'm still doing it for the memes, because there's absolutely no way I can depend on that happening. I just think it's fucking great. I do not play it if I don't have enough lands on the field, because for Magic you need to play mana to play creatures. So essentially, if I play that card too soon, I just flush all of the cards I need to play my deck down the toilet. And I'm like, why? Why? But the decks be like that. Oh my god, this hand looks so much better now. Took me a sec. I am in the fucking zone today. I'm sorry, I'm just fucking rambling about random shit, but I am talking and I'm walking. We've got shit going today. I know I keep pausing to talk, it's fine. Alright. Look at that. All I did was hold my guitar. Beautiful. Alright, so now where is the next one? Is it this one? Or is it... Nah. Ooh. I have 4 fingers and the kobold has 3. Which ones do I include? Question mark, question mark. Is that what an AI would struggle with? Oh my god, I never talked about neuro. So neuro is something I've discovered over the last couple of days. Partially because of the VTuber drama and stuff that happened. But part of it was people freaking out and being like, oh my god, neuro called the Cinder drama. And I'm like, what the fuck? And essentially they were playing like a game about morals and like the trolley problem. So it was like, would you run over 5 dogs that were loved by the family, or 1 dog that was a seeing eye dog for the blind? Like, kind of like morality questions like that, which is basically, I think, what they feed Teslas. Like, do you hit the old lady or do you hit the child? And it's like, And they had people answer I need to double check that. I think they trained him on something was trained on training data based off of basically people answering the trolley problem, and that's what they fed the program to make its decisions based off of. And I'm like, that's fucking wild. I need to double check. I've been watching so many videos, I have some opinions, but I'm trying to make sure that the ones I'm going to express have been researched and backed up. So I've got basically a playlist going of some very interesting things. But Neuro is a AI VTuber. And I remember hearing about Neuro back when the AI boom was kind of really starting. And she's the VTuber that's trained off of Twitch chat. And everyone was like, oh my god, you're just gonna make like a racist fucking like 4chan bot. Like, don't. Ugh, gross. Like, it's just gonna be horrible. Like, don't feed it from the fucking internet. But the creator, Vettel, it's so hard not to call him Vedal because he can't get Neuro to pronounce his name right. So I keep wanting to say Vedal. It's Vettel. He's got a bunch of like filters in place to try to make sure that what she says is like not off the fucking wall. And sometimes she still says some wild stuff because they can only do so much, but like it seems like the intention is to not create a piece of garbage. And instead of having Neuro be something that like was intended to replace human VTubers, she's been more like a way for VTubers to kind of goof off and play around with the jank of the AI. Because nobody's putting Neuro on a pedestal and being like, this is perfect, this is smart, this knows everything. Part of the humor is that she's AI without context, and she will say some off-the-wall shit. And some of it's hilarious. And I found out that I have two things in common with AI. We both struggle with drawing hands, and I too have an unreasonable need for a 4-inch tungsten cube. Tungsten cube. I'm gonna make enough money one day. It's my goal. I will be successful so that I can buy a 4-inch cube of tungsten, and I will gift it to Evil because I understand. I understand. And Vettel is evil for not buying Evil the 4-inch cube of tungsten. She's just a fucking cube of I too want a cube of tungsten. Can get a tungsten D20. I want tungsten dice. I want tungsten dice for no reason. Oh my god. I will buff it myself. I put the hands off for this long, and I'm not gonna lie, I barely remember drawing them because I was just talking about Neuro and spiders. I don't remember drawing anything. I've just been tapped into the fucking zone. The spider zone. Wait, is it like the Twilight Zone or is it like Auto Zone? You've now entered the spider zone. Or is it like Spider Zone? Those are two different vibes. Sorry. Tungsten dice would definitely ruin tables. It's got to come with its own rolling. If its own rolling pad. It is very, very sturdy. I like it because it's used for TIG welding, and I think it's neat. You can't use an actual cube for TIG welding. I blink because I think, wait, you can't. You can't. I can't. I was gonna be a TIG welder before I got sick. I always forget, like, when I wonder why I have, like, you know, not everyone has the ability to do, like, VTubing or streaming, because you need to have persistence and be able to, like, I only don't have the time to not rig myself a new 2D model right now, but I did figure out how to use Live 2D. We have my janky ass Live 2D model, you know. I don't use her because I think the chibi, I don't feel like represents me very well. It does a little bit, but like having it be my 24/7, and like the jank was, the jank was cute, but like having her eye shines pop out all the time, I'm like, oh. I think I had her holding a controller too for like when I was gaming on Twitch more. And I feel like I have to hide that behind the hide that behind my little tablet. But all right, I think I need to scoot this all in so that I can finish the rest of the short. All right, I forgot what I was fucking talking about. That's fine. It's all good. Do. Right, so I was gonna do this. All right, cool. Never mind. I do need this. All right, so I don't want to make this part too... I feel like I need to decide what I'm doing with the armor on the foot. It also, it doesn't match. Maybe this needs to be what goes up then. You have to think about how stuff moves, right? So when you're stepping, the way I had it... See, but this one's just rounded. But like this one has it bent, right? So if that doesn't have a little gap in it, if it has a gap in it, it fits. See what I mean? Doesn't matter if you do, I do. I think that is what I need to do. Ow. Oh. Oh, that hurt. Don't do that one. I'll spare you the fucking details on that one. I've had a, yeah. I've had a minor injury on my foot where it's not a big problem, but it's just annoying. Anyways, I should not like kick the side of my desk, and my foot won't hurt. It was good. That's all. That's all I gotta do is not kick my desk. I think it's a big ask. It's hard. It's right there, and it's so So easy to just boop with my foot. Just rotate. I don't know what the sword's supposed to look like, so I'm not even gonna fucking try. I don't see Zay. And it's pretty late, so I don't think Zay's up. I do think the hand is good, though. Let's see, what time is it? Alright, yeah, let me use the restroom real quick, and then we'll do, like, 15 more minutes, and I'll do that. I've got the hands. I've got them. I do. I can do this. We'll come back and we'll do the rest later. The feet. The foots. I don't know exactly what I want to do for the armor. So I'm going to ask the commissioner about that one, but I'm going to go ahead and finish the hands. So give me just a second. I'm going to use the restroom and we'll finish this. We'll finish the hands. I honestly think I'm going to do the flats too. And then I'm going to be, I guess, over on Patreon. Or not Patreon, Picardo. Yeah! Alright. Definitely I'm gonna have to go to one of the other sites soon. I gotta sing to my jams. Just had to hit the solo with the mic muted so you didn't have to listen to it. Skuttz karaoke. Honestly, I'm so sorry you can't listen to the same playlist I am. Although, honestly, you don't usually listen to the same playlist I do. On Twitch, you're usually listening to my large playlist. While I listen to my hyper-repetitive fixation of the last 10 songs I cannot get enough of on repeat. Like, please, give me all of the dopamine. Did you know that you could rotoscope in Clip Studio? Because I just found out yesterday. When I'm done streaming tonight, I'm going to be up until 3 a.m. learning how to rotoscope because what? I didn't realize that Clip Studio could do that this whole time. I do not promise to use this knowledge for good. I will do my best at being... you're... Oh, no! Patreon. If you want to know what's up, you gotta find my Patreon. There you go. Some people drop you links and just tell you to subscribe. I'm just like, oh no, there's some mysterious shit happening this month. No, okay, so seriously though, my Patreons are awesome. And I fully appreciate that there are some months that I'm not able to make stuff. and I cannot really do the per post. So my Patreon's a little bit of a tip jar, which is one of the reasons I don't plug it super heavily. But ironically, because I don't plug it, I don't get more support. And because I don't get more support, it makes it difficult to do the larger projects that would be great for Patreon, like animations. So anyways, with April being full of taxes, and being busy, and all the other good stuff, I just got a little behind, and like February was a shit show physically. So I was not able to post for the last 2 months. And you know what that means? It means the next thing I post has got to be fucking amazing. And it's gonna be, because I have been inspired. And that is where I feel like my Patreons are affording me that. So if I take a minute to cash it in, I'm sorry. But also, I really hope it's worth if you haven't gotten content for a minute, but you get an animation in return. And not just like animation slop. Like this is me frothing at the mouth to make something. So anyways. The spicy, the muy caliente. I cannot contain. Oh my god. That was the name of my guitar. For some reason, I had a friend who was taking Spanish in high school, and so they named my guitar, oh no, I thought about it too much. Nope, I thought about it too much. I could never remember it. Its name is Spicy Spicy Hot and Fire. Spicy Spicy Hot on Fire. Something muy caliente en fuego. What was the first one? I don't remember. Oh, fuck. It comes to me. I remember it. But if I think about it for some reason, I can't. Anyways, it's just a red guitar, and my friend named it Spicy Spicy Hot on Fire. Muy caliente en fuego. It's the only part I remember, the last part. Very spicy hot on fire? Was that it? I don't know. I'm struggling right now. We're drawing a kobold while I'm trying to think about something from far too long ago. You know, unicorns live for thousands of years. Yes. Being in my 30s, I'm still a wee babe. Oh, shit. I'm sorry. It's really interesting to me. Like, I guess I'm a VTuber by definition, but honestly, until recently with, like, the Cintiq drama, and so, dude, neuro slamming Cinder and Cinder the fucking, like, it was so stupid. Basically, she was telling on herself because they were just doing the trolley problem game. And so the AI was asking questions about morality. And because Cinder had been a bad friend to her friend group, she was clearly dealing with some emotions and some thoughts when those questions were asked, where it kind of just seems like it's like the, oh, off the wall, haha, in the moment. But retrospectively, it's like, oh shit, she was feeling called out. Oh no, it was really interesting. But after watching a lot of that, like, I don't fit the VTuber bill really in the way that a lot of them have, like, heavy, not heavy lore, but they have some sort of like thing that they lean into. I'm trying to think. There's it's like a black and white old timey cartoon. Her name's Pumpkin, and her whole thing. Someone's like, when were you born or whatever? She's like, oh, I was drawn a long time ago. Her whole thing is like she's a cartoon, and like it's kind of like wrestling, like the kayfabe. And I'm like, I don't have that part. I'm just the horse who draws. What the fuck? And I don't know if that's part of what's missing from the allure, but it's one of the things where I've started to entertain the idea and just laugh at stuff because it's fucking funny. And if I'm gonna build my lore, it's good because I think it's fucking hilarious. So anyways, those offhand comments come from me conceptualizing my OC as more than myself, for I'm about to get existential, and I have dragged my Sona down to the level of myself, and she needs to be more than me. Skuttz is Skuttz. I am Skuttz, and Skuttz is amazing, and some kind of what is a Skuttz? Anyways, we're gonna keep drawing. You get what I'm saying, yeah. I'm being goofy, but it got a little sideways. It's just, I don't know. Like the fact that they will answer stuff in the tune of the backstory or the humor that way. It's very interesting. It reminds me of the Tumblr Ask blog days. It was something that my editor actually said, and I was like, it really does. How people would have, it's actually how Scott started. Was via the old Ask blogs, and she was kind of my mascot, but she had her own thing and people would ask questions and stuff, and it made me kind of think about her lore and what she was and what she did. And when I got sick and lost my job, I became Skuttz, and Skuttz was no longer like more of a what I wish I was, and she was kind of what I was. It's really interesting. I'm like, huh, what happens when you drag your OC down to your level? I think sometimes we project the best of ourselves onto things, and it's not bad. Like, even in high school, I had OCs where I was like, oh, these are the things I wish I was. I wish I wasn't so shy. I wish I could talk to people and wasn't like so quiet all the time. And so I had an OC who was really quiet and really shy. And I had an OC who was really loud, and she spoke her mind and she said the things that she wanted to say because she didn't care what anyone thought about her. And I really admired that about my own character. And I think that that's what we kind of lose sometimes when we forget like what an OC or what a character is, I don't know, maybe I just got way too philosophical. Anyways, go back to the kobolds. We gotta stop thinking about life. Why did my music stop? Why isn't my playlist looping? Is your playlist looping? My playlist isn't looping. BB No Boom? He's a unicorn. BB No Money's a unicorn. That's it. He's copying me. I'm gonna trademark sue him. I'm the only unicorn on the internet. I'm sorry. I'm totally fucking kidding, please. He's in like a fucking little horsey costume. That was the wildest thing to fucking... I'm trying to pull up the reference on my phone for the hand. And my phone is like, by the way, you have Spotify installed? And I'm like, yes. And it's like, he's got a new song out. And I'm like, yes. And then it's like, he's in this little pink unicorn costume. Like, what the fuck? Not what I was expecting. All right. I would like to play my music, though, and finish my hand, please. So then we have the sword and the feet to go next time. The footies. All right, so that's my ref. No, I want this one. No? Yes. That ref and this. Can we please loop my playlist for the love of God? This is gonna be a later Skuttz problem. Thank you. All right. Yes. Ah, I don't think I can stretch and get my back to pop because I think my shoulder's not doing it. That's fine. Oh, big stretch. All right. So we've got one more finger. All right. And then obviously I feel like this whole segment here is just completely not correct anymore. It's angled to be the top of the arm, and now it's at the bottom. So this just needs to go, but I'm pretty sure there's an undersketch somewhere. Or I trust myself to be able to figure out where the fucking forearm goes. So I'll let it be. Where is... Yeah. So I did do an undersketch, and so I would like to do where... I guess this is going to be the top part. That's really thick. All right. So we're going to do... The point's going to be in the front. Probably give it a spot here in the back. Yeah. And that looks like it needs more. I don't like that one. Oh no. Fuck. Alright, that's fine. I feel like that's placed in a weird spot. The arm looks way too thin. So I'm just gonna erase it, but it's on the same fucking layer as the other shit. So we're just gonna live with our mistakes and probably fix it later. Mm-hmm. Actually, I feel like it would just block that, and that's part of the problem. Yeah. Alright, we're just gonna fucking leave it alone. I'm gonna think about it, and we're gonna fill in the flats real fast. And then I guess next week we are gonna go ahead and finish this. I'm trying to think what else. The next thing is going to be doing a sort of multi-character layout. So this is for an OC who has like a loadout of different armor sets that she wears. And so I am drawing the whole spread of armor. And it's sort of, it needs to be laid out in a way where they all make sense and look good. And I worked on this one the most, and I think that I should make sure the layout for the other ones is on course. I want to make sure everything's good before I start plowing forward with anything else. So we're going to do a rough sketch of the whole array of, I believe it's like 2 other figures. And see, that's what I'm like, so we're gonna fucking check. And I want the layout to look good before I put too much time into sketching the other characters' details. But one is a larger mech suit, and then one, I believe, is the character themselves, or possibly in the like night vision armor I drew them in previously, which means that one will be easier. Essentially, I've drawn myself my own ref. All right. I love it. Actually, the number of times I have people give me my own art for references is pretty neat. I've also been told more than a few times that even pieces that are several years old are people's favorites because it like encapsulates something about the character for them. And I'm like, aw, I understand. I have one picture of Skuttz that I'm like, this is Skuttz. And it's my icon everywhere because it's really hard for me to find any other icon I like more than that one. I'm like, that's it. That's Skuttz. It's not the one on YouTube. That's Smug Cat Face. That one is, I think, that's a hilarious one for my VTuber model. I do like the 3D model, but I don't know. I do plan on returning to a 2D avatar model eventually. This one is just easier to update than a, like it is to rig a new animation for a figure every time or a new outfit. The fact that I can kind of recolor available like outfits and stuff, like this shirt that Skuttz is wearing, I more or less just erased this mesh pattern out on, and oh my god, how did nobody point out the 69? Do you guys see it? In the swirls? Right here? How did nobody point out that my shirt has a 69 on it? How did I not see it? I just made eye contact with the swirls and I'm like, that's a 6 and a 9. Nice. Sorry, my VTuber's expression snapped over right there. It was funny. Oh, shit. Who cares how the knowledge is used? Just use it. Skuttz is a Skuttz. I'd be Skutzing. I'd be Skutzing all over the place. On my little skateboard. No, I'm sorry. I just thought of that little drawing I did and how hard I spent animating it to flip around and shit in DaVinci Resolve. And I'm just gonna say shout out to anyone who's watching all the shorts or any of the videos that I put out and liking or commenting specifically on the shorts, because Atlas has been helping me for free editing those because we're just like, you know, teamwork in it. He wants to help me out, and like I appreciate the help so much. And a lot of people have to grind really hard to be able to afford the kind of editing help that I'm getting. So if you appreciate the shorts and you think they're funny and you think they're entertaining, please give them a like, because I think it's just super fucking awesome, and I really appreciate it. And I can only like it once, so I need reinforcements. And also, don't be afraid to like give some feedback. If there's shorts you really like, make sure you comment on it. We're trying out different stuff and trying to see what kind of stuff is the most fun, and what kind of stuff ends up being, you know, the most, like, do you like seeing little quips from the stream, or do you like seeing the art showcases? Do you like it when it's a blend of different stuff? That kind of information really does help me decide what I keep or drop from the rotation of stuff that I do. So your input really matters, and don't forget to give me your 2 cents. It's free. It's not actually 2 cents. It's a great deal in this economy, actually. It's a great deal. All right. We're going to expand. We're going to fill. That's redacted. All right. Anyways, continue. Sometimes I have to remember where I'm streaming. Sometimes I have to remember it's YouTube. All right. Speaking of, I do believe that's the YouTube for today. I'm gonna go ahead and save it. I need to figure out how I'm rotating the forearm and doing that part. I'm gonna grab the reference again, and I'm gonna work out how to do the mechanical toe beans. We need mechanical toe beans. Didn't notice Bezier curves were just curves. Wait, what? Now that you mention what? Can't unsee it. Can't unsee what? Oh, the 69. Yes, yes. Bezier curves were just curves. Or the Fibonacci spiral, yes. I like drawing swirls. Anyways, I thought it was fucking hilarious. I just caught that. Now that you mention it, you can't unsee it. Yeah, I can't unsee it either. But, you know, somehow it feels appropriate, so I don't... It's been there this whole time. I don't think I'm gonna change it. I think it's hilarious. Anyways, yeah, I like finished most of the fucking line art tonight, so that's fucking rad. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for listening to me rant about spiders for the last 3 hours, and a little bit about my chicken. Mostly about spiders. I did try to warn the stream that this was going to be a spider-filled event. I must worship my 4th dimensional overlords. I don't know. I just think they're neat. All right. I need more hobbies. Anyways, everybody take care. Have a good one. Say hi to the spiders in your house for me. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. They're just little guys. They just have too many leggies.